Hey everyone. Hey Kevin. You have successfully redeemed first. You are better than Sinistella. You've beaten them. All right. Where we left off this morning was we made this entire document, which is 12 pages, and more importantly, came to some conclusions in this document, which we've got to go file. And then we're going to start working on them. So let's start with the filing. This we're going to do entirely in VS Code. It did get enabled. You have the power. The power. All right, spawn customers off the left side of the map. Handle the issue with the window size in 274, not here. Make them walk slower. Let's see. Get rid of the money on them, I think. Customers do have money, don't they? Money label. Oh, we don't even show this anymore. Get rid of their money label. Get rid of the concept of them having money. Get rid of the concept of customer money. Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter. There's a label, a signal, and probably some out of money code. Build a town hall. All right. Add the town hall. This is going to be a lot of work. This is definitely going to be a lot of work. Start the game. Well, not start the game, but I guess when customers spawn, keep track of the maximum number of customers. It should start at 2. Lower the movement speed to 35 to 45. I said it's a 40, and I thought that was decent. Yeah, make them walk slower. 35 to 45 pixels per second, question mark. Yeah, I guess we need to just generate customers, right? Generate persistent customers. Generate a movement speed. What's the difference between 35 and 45? 20%. Yeah, that's too big. Generate movement speed in the range, maybe 40 to 45 pixels per second. Generate a sprite that hasn't been used before. Make workers and adventurers walk slower. That's good. That's all good. Yep. Hey, Scott. How are you discombobulated? What's wrong? Yeah, remember to adjust the animation speed. I think that's written here. Yeah. Okay. Adjust animation speed of, well, walking animation speed of everything to be based on the actual speed they move at. I don't know what the current frame rate is, but it looked good at 100 and it doesn't look good at 40. I think the last 4 times I watched, it's on a notepad or Google Docs. Depending on when you watched, a lot of the reason why is there was game design that needed to happen. So that was all this morning, which was like 3.5 hours. And then some amount of organization that needs to happen. And the organization has been a mainstay of the stream since pretty much like day one. So yeah, the odds of you tuning in and me being just typing text, I think is, well, at any given moment is not probably super high, but in any given day is practically 100%. But we're doing this so that we can get to coding. Oh, I'm just trying to file these tasks. All right, skill tree in the town hall. Yeah. Make the skill tree. So I think the first step is come up with a name for it. Probably like customer perks or something. And then populate it with some very basic skills. Maybe customer movement speed and max number of customers. Should probably link in this document too. document with the conclusions. Okay, what's next? Rename all the shops. This is pretty minor. Rename the shops. There we go. Maybe town perks so it can apply to more than just customers if we find uses. Yeah, that's probably pretty good. Well, I guess some of these are going to go in the player-wide skill tree. I guess what makes sense to have in the player-wide skill tree? I'm not sure. Maybe this is just for customers because I want player-wide skills to be for something. And I guess anything that affects the town is probably going to also potentially be in the player-wide skill tree. But yeah. All right, add in the recycling druid. Recycling druid. A sign should appear for them in the forest. Then they should appear as just an NPC next to a bin/pot. The bin/pot should get highlighted when you drag an item, and dragging it to the bin/pot should scrap the item. Maybe give the NPC a dialogue about what they do. Good, good, good. All right, as you unlock things, add some cosmetic touches. This is an idea for later. I'm not even going to do anything about that right now. Make rare customers. So remake the customer's state machine. Make rare customers with their own state machines. And then eventually save and load customers. Probably hold off on this for now and do it as a separate task so I don't step on Kevin's toes. Yeah, cool. Okay, so the state machine is here. The customer state machine, and then the rare customers are here. Okay. And background. I don't think we need any background. What's this? I don't need that. All right. I think we're good. I just need to find the other browser window. All right. Well, we have quite the number of tasks here. Really, only maybe 3 of these are very extensive. Adding the town hall and the skill tree, that's going to be a lot. And then the state machines. I don't even know where the state machines are. Here. Yeah, those are going to be a lot. I think we'll make some decent progress at first with some of this stuff. So let's get to work. Let's get to work. We'll start with spawning customers off the... Oh, wait, no, we won't. We'll start by doing this task before I forget, which is make it so that grant most things unlocks the shops. Yeah, otherwise it's going to be super annoying. Grant most things. So something called show all signs. It's this. On battle ended. I guess we could just show these and grant most things. But grant most things should probably just give them to you. Yeah, why should we even make you unlock them? Hey, Dark. What do we do here? Ended battle is, I think, what handles this. Yeah, this sets that you've beaten a particular instance. And this is the only place that does it. We could make a debug function that just sets this for a whole bunch of different things. Yeah, might as well. Don't we already have that? Like debug unlock all instances? Debug. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I see. And that calls setup instance grid. Is that what this does too? Yeah. All right. So then the instance list is going to have this in here. It's not just unlocked instances. It's also to set that in each elite level instance that you've beaten it some number of times. Yeah. There. That won't do it on its own though. We also need to call show all signs or just grant you the stuff that you'd get from the signs. Grant most things. What does this do? Create storeroom. Upgrade all shops that exist. I guess signs show all remaining signs. What does this do? All right, let's try that. It's just annoying to keep having to beat the canyon in order to move past it, which I guess means getting the signs to show. Check how I did it for the loading if you want. I'm probably creating a merge conflict by doing this. Depends on 368. All right, so here's what we do. That's called save guild. So here we compare against save guild. There. Reposition sign and enchanter sign. Town calls signs.init. The count is not equal to 0. I see. Yeah. Yeah, I guess for the debug function, this is pretty much fine. Hey, Half. How you doing, Half? We could copy this. Actually, I'm not super concerned about this. If the signs show up when you use the debug function, I think that's okay. Let's try this out. All right, so I click grant most things, and this goes to level 3. And now we can build everything. Yeah, good. All right, that's it. I'm going to check just that in. This looks good. This should not be checked in. And that looks good, yeah. Make grant most things beat bosses. And so before this change, you had to manually beat the canyon in order to show the signs in town. All good, busy week, but finally some time to just do stuff for me, banging my head against Blender, trying to work on my programmer art. Well, it's nice to hear that you're getting some U time. I think it's really important. I've been sort of following along with Masahiro Sakurai's YouTube series that he did. And he dropped the last one of these and he said something like, hey, I actually recorded these 2.5 years ago. I spent, I don't know, like a month writing every script, recording, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know. I don't know how long it was exactly, but like some inhuman amount of time to do the amount of stuff that he did. And then people in the comments are like, oh yeah, it turns out he sleeps for like 6 hours per night and he like has a crazy work ethic and everything else. And I don't know if he feels burnout, but I always think that if I tried doing this, it would not work for me. And actually, probably with most people, it wouldn't work for them either. Not just the sleeping. Maybe you can get used to that, but just the crazy pace of doing everything. So anyway, I think it's good to have some some you time and some time to work on what you want to do. Blender is a very, very involved program, and I've only used it for a very small amount of time, but I think there's quite a lot to learn with it. How are we feeling Friday evening? It's not quite evening for me yet, I guess. It's like early afternoon, but I'm feeling pretty good. I spent this morning designing how customers are going to work, and it's always a little bit tough to envision how all of these changes will play out, but I'm pretty happy with where we landed. And now I'm just curious about how long it's going to take. It's currently the 25th. And what day is, hang on a second, I can't load this on screen. Oh, wait, well, you know what I can do that I just found out about? I could just click this at any time. Yeah, this calendar doesn't have anything private on it. But unfortunately, it's only showing October. So let's take a picture of October and zoom in. Okay, so we have only 2 more stream days in October, the 28th and the 30th. And then we're into November. And then we are currently 2 weeks away from the 8th. 3 weeks. Would 3 weeks be enough to do pretty much everything I want to do? Probably not. I want checkpoint number 4 to represent a very big change. And it already does. But this thing, customers acting like customers, I want to get sound effects in as well. And then we have a lot of time to spend on balancing. I don't think we're going to get another music track in that time. But that would give me 2 weeks to do, yeah, sounds and balance. I don't think it's possible. Oh boy. That means we'd have to bump this for another month. Hang on a second. Engage privacy mode. I don't know what this is going to do when I click this. Oh, it opened up a calendar widget. Okay. This is fine. I don't have anything on my calendar because I don't use this calendar. I use a Google Calendar. All right. So you are here, 25th. And it is 2 weeks to the 8th, 3 weeks to the 15th, 4 weeks to the 22nd. Thanksgiving is the 28th. So I don't want to launch it on the 29th. 22nd could work. When was the last one? September 27th. So it wouldn't quite be 2 months. Yeah, I think we write the 22nd here, but still a question mark. Yeah. Hey, Mystical Cell. Also, hi, Green Stack. As in the peculiar, after you merge your PR for elites and the commit logs, it shows a slightly different identity. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I'm not super concerned about that. And hey, Nepal, on YouTube. Sorry for not seeing your message until just now. I have to tilt my head slightly farther to see messages on YouTube. I'm not even sure if you're still here. Apparently not. It says I'm the only participant in chat right now. Feel bad about that. Oh well. Hey, Ayush. Could have used Sire? What? Yeah, I think the 22nd will be enough to get this stuff done. Okie dokie. So this part's finished. Now I wanted to make a new branch. Oh, I haven't finished this yet. I need to check it in. Yeah. Oh, Siri. Oh, got you. The Apple AI assistant. For what? The calendar thing? I tend to just use the Google ecosystem for everything. I don't even know if I have Siri enabled on this computer. But I guess I never really thought about it. I use my phone assistant quite a lot, but I don't tend to do anything like that when I'm on a computer. Huh. And I guess because I came from a Windows background where that didn't exist for a while. I guess it didn't exist for a while on Mac as well. They're not exactly all that old just yet. All right, so the tasks are all here. Customers. Make a new branch. Should probably push what I've done so far, huh? Also, I don't need this code to be here. I can just copy it. But even if I forget it, it's 1 line of code. It's not bad. All right, so sync changes. And then git checkout -b revamp customers. All right, we're on a new branch. We're ready to go. Let's go do it. So spawn customers off the left side of the map. This. So what I'll do is I'll just make a customer spawn point that we can move. Do we have wander regions? Maybe we can just call this regions. No, we can't do that. Because wander regions, I think, is explicitly used. It's not. Oh, they're all grouped into wander region. And then we just get all of them. Interesting. I use the phone assistant mostly for reminders. I use this thing. I'm not going to say the name of it because it might trigger other people's things, but I use this mostly for weather. So yeah, reminders, weather. I think those are the biggest ones. Yeah. All right, we're going to make a region for this. We don't need to call this wander regions. We can just call it regions, I guess. Or put this inside of a wander regions thing. Yeah. Node. Where'd the regions go? There they are. Regions. And then let's add a new one. Actually, this could just be a node 2D. It's just one spawn point, right? Now we got to drag this over here. The only problem is I don't even know where it is. Oh, there it is. That's not bad. All right. So customers will spawn right there. Which probably means we need to open up this nav. Yeah, we do. Customer spawn point. And then access his unique name. And go open up the nav stuff environment. Let's find those nav tiles. Navigation. There we go. What we could do is enclose this. I don't think it's necessary. But that way they couldn't go around everything. But everything else is enclosed, right? Yeah, I don't think that should be necessary. Yeah, I'm going to just delete that. Should probably close it outside still, just in case. I guess it's a matter of... you know what, fine. I guess it doesn't harm anything. We might as well. Okay. I don't think it'll bake. It should. The nav polygon is separate from anything else that we do. So it shouldn't matter if there's space outside of the map. It actually just extends the map when it does that. All right, so customer spawn point is what we need in the town. And where do customers spawn right now? At the portal, I guess? I don't know what even is responsible for that. I guess the town is create customer. Yep, portal position. Okay, so we want this to be the customer spawn point position, which I guess should probably just be customer spawn position like that. When you leave town, you're going to have to go back to that spawn position, though. Which means we need to be able to fetch this. So I guess let's do the same thing we did for something like this. And just make another vector 2 called customer spawn position. All right, fine. Customer spawn point dot position. And now we need to go get that. That is just a node 2D customer spawn point. Node 2D. There we go. Customer hangout area. In case you ever get to see it. Hey, Caleb. Oh, if it's not enclosed. Oh, I see what you mean. I'm not sure what'll happen. Maybe it has some way of making a sort of infinite polygon. Streamer's doing what to customers? I'm turning them into vampires. How's it going, Banana? All right, so we have customer spawn position now. And we set this here. And everything else should work pretty much the exact same way. Let's try it out. I don't want to become a vampire, then just don't buy anything. See if I care. See if I want your gold. All right. So if we zoom out completely, we should be able to see this. Customers will spawn from over here as soon as I put an item into the alchemist. Grant item and drag that over there. And there they are. Yeah, cool. This is the first time we've seen them walk across the bridge. Pretty nice. Oh, they're walking at 2.5 times the speed they should be. And they are gunning it for those potions. Gonna take your gold and like it. Gotta use the red angry face. Look at how much angrier this one looks. This one's called Pout. I know it is Rage. I know it is the Hulk. All right, that's it. That was the task. This should be done now, right? Oh boy, we changed the town again. Everything else is fine. Yep. Cool. It's for my shortcuts. What? I don't understand. Change customer spawn point. Oh, if anything else ever uses the portal position. Rage? No, I don't understand though. What does it mean? Rage is for my shortcuts? Baited me with a swap on send. Oh, I understand. Okay, yeah, emojis and yeah, gotcha. Emojis and quotation marks are always tough to mix together. Juice box hero for the second raid since quitting. Thank you very much. I hope everything's going well. And I hope you're enjoying your time and becoming an expert at all, what is it, advent of code and lifting heavy things. Welcome in, everybody. We have been working on Skeleseller now for probably like 6 months. And for pretty much as long as the game has been around for, there have been customers that just like wander around at pretty fast speeds and then just buy everything in the game. So if I grant a bunch of items here and we actually put potions in the shop, watch what happens. First of all, the customers just gun it right for these and then they just buy everything. There is no stopping them. They don't like stop and look at the roses or anything. So that's what we're doing. We set out on a somewhat long task to revamp customers. It's going to take a few days, I think. And we only just started with it. And the very first thing we did was get customers to spawn over here instead of at the portal. Still haven't updated any of my panels. Tisk. You know what? You get one more tisk there. That's me. I really want all those potions. All right, well, these potions cost like, this one's 16 gold. Do you have 16 gold? I could sell you this one for 14. Wow, this is a problem that we never realized until that PR, but apparently the item price labels show up underneath these now. We got to fix that. It doesn't matter. I'll pawn my children. But what if your children are going to become alchemists and they just make their own potions? Bug item prices show underneath the item displays. Gotta eat some food. All right, take care, Juicebox Hero. Thanks for the raid. Hope you're doing well. Hope we don't tisk a 5th time. Guess due to the order they're out of the scene? Probably, yeah. I'm just going to file it for now. I'm not going to actually address it. Did I check this in? No. Change customer spawn point. Oh, that's why. Because I was going to search for portal position. And I had actually done that. I wanted to make sure nothing in the customer is doing this. What is this? Walk to portal. This is only for adventurers. Yeah, this is only for adventurers. Anything else? Nope, that's it. Cool. That wasn't a bug before. I don't think so because of what order we added item displays. Maybe the real bug is the friends we made along the way. Maybe it's that I need to click grant items before adding new. No, that's probably not true. No, it's not. No, yeah. All right, we're looking good. So rather than spawn customers at the portal, we're now spawning them off the left side of the world. Good. So that one's done. Then we'll bump this down to the bottom. Next, get rid of the concept of customer money. Sounds like a plan. Customers have a money label. It was never even shown. Well, not never, but it hasn't been shown for a while. There's a line that sets the adventurer position of the portal, then immediately sets it to another vector. Really? Really? What? What is that doing? It's probably the portal position. In fact, where is the portal? There. Transform is set to... No, it's not. What? What is this number? Oh, this might be for the very first adventurer. 665, 160. Is that like right there? Yeah. Yeah. So that means that something else needs to set it to the portal position. Position entity at portal. Why do we have this? In portal state. Battle lobby and battle. How does any of this work? I don't understand this. Oh, all adventurers get created at this point, and that's how they should be. It's not just the first one, because your guild is what's hiring them. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah, that's, yep. That's for when you hire them. Yeah. All right, it's good for you to have pointed this out. I might as well remove this. Also, I'm starting to get a little warm. No more Skeleseller hoodie for me. Burn it in the fire. Yeah, so when I hire someone, click hire on this character, it pops up there. Yeah, that's good. So let's delete this. Remove unnecessary line of code. And I just want to change that for town. New adventurers should be positioned. Well, I guess we're always positioned at the guild. So the line setting them to be positioning them at the portal was unnecessary. All right, customers had a bunch of money stuff in them. That's going to be going away. We got rid of it there. Money label can be gone. Money label, don't need that. Oh, they had a money component. Interesting. Does anything else have a money component? Was it just adventurers? Or customers, I mean? It was. Wow, now they don't even need it. What's that? Pick affordable item display. I guess we're really just deleting this? It's not used for anything else, only customers. So nothing needs to track its own money. Am I going to want to change this ever? I guess not. I guess it doesn't even really have any bearing now, huh? Because we just set it to max value. So pretty much impossible for you to run out. All right, yeah, let's delete it. Component ID, money component was 17. So now let's make every other component be -1. And then anywhere that we used money component can just be gone. There was modified money. What actually used this? Customer? Goodbye code. Anywhere else? Yes, everywhere. This. Update money label. Buy the item. We don't need to do this anymore. Money component. Where do we give you the money? What? Oh, modify money at position. I guess so that we can show the sale. Pick affordable item display. This is not a thing anymore, is it? Picks an affordable item display from a list of filled item displays. The reason this is separate from pick affordable item display node, so the caller can differentiate between two cases. No affordable items versus no items at all. Oh, goody. Go figure out how to undo this. What is this one? Pick affordable item display. This is always going to exist. And what did this do? Just sample them? Yeah. So all we need to do is, wait, why is this public? Yeah. All right. So we're just going to delete this entirely. Yeah. So now nothing uses this, right? Well, only nothing external uses it. So now it's just this code. And nothing should care about using this. Item display equals pick affordable item display. We would just get all of the item displays and then return a random one. Build item displays dot sample 1 0. How do we know that this actually returns something? We don't. Yeah, this is potentially null. Get filled item displays. Yeah, it's a list and it could be empty. I don't know if I want to ever pick a random one completely anymore, but I think this is the only place this function was called, so we can just replace it with this code. Yeah. Yeah, let's just delete this then. And put it in here instead. So we're going to get the town. And then get all the filled item displays. If that's empty, then transition into the wander state. Otherwise, do the code we had down here. There we go. Okay. And now sample doesn't exist on iRead-only list. Seriously. Can I just make this a list? What? I definitely made a sample function. Where did I do that? List extensions. It's on iRead-only list. What? What's going on then? Filled item displays. Oh, we need to import it. Oh, I forgot. Hey, Warner. How's the game coming along? It's going well. What were the last things that we did? I don't know if you saw the skill trees, but this is what they look like now. So now you have to put a point into the first row to unlock the second one, and then 2 points anywhere to unlock the third one. So basically what you'd expect from a skill tree. There aren't any explicit prerequisites though, so it's not like skill 1 has to be gotten before you get this skill. So we did that. We added elite monsters. So now there is the concept of bosses in the game. They don't really have any interesting data yet though, so it's just a large monster. We got the ogre boss now. And then what else? Yeah, that's about it as far as kind of visual changes, at least recently. So what we're working on now is making it so that customers aren't just always wandering around town and buying everything in sight. Hey, Wyatt. Hey, if you're curious what your follow age is, it is following since November 24th, 2015. Also, in case you're curious, on each of the last 3 visits you've made to the stream, you've typed the follow age command. But yes, you've been following for quite a long time. One of the oldest followers of the channel. I think I started streaming on, I want to say September 6th of 2015. Or maybe September 8th or something like that. And you were November 24th. So I mean, pretty shortly thereafter. Yeah. All right. Waiting for our 10-year anniversary. It's coming up. Yeah. Crazy to think about. Then again, who knows? Maybe Skeleton crashes and burns so hard that I just never stream again. Sounds great. Never asked you, do you have a roadmap for the game? I have a general idea for what's going to be happening. If you take a look at the, I think the to do command, yeah, it links to this document. And I've got, I mean, this is a roadmap for the stream really. And Skeleton work is there, but there's only a private link for what needs to be done next. But in general, there are a few things that are keeping track of this. One is issues in GitHub. The other is just a list of things that I've wanted to do. And then the other is any player feedback, which technically hasn't happened yet for the next checkpoint because it hasn't been released yet. But once we do launch this, we're going to get a bunch more feedback. We're going to do the same thing we've always done, which is prioritize that plus the existing items and then work toward it. There are going to be a lot of other miscellaneous tasks, though, that don't result in the game getting further developed that still need to be done. So, for example, the game trailer. This does not advance the game. It advances the marketing for the game. And it's incredibly important. And it's going to take me a lot of time. But during that time, it's not like I'll be advancing the code at all. So we're going to have more tasks like that. We are going to have more like just flesh out some music tracks that we're doing. There's a lot. And I am trying to put in as much time as possible, but it's still very daunting. But we'll get there. Slow and steady wins the race or whatever. Sometimes you just want to be a hare, though. All right, so this changed. We now get the filled item displays. This has to return something. Yeah, but it doesn't have to have anything in the list that gets returned, in which case we just wander around. Otherwise, we take the first item, or no, we take a random item and set it as our target, and that should be that. So if we can build this and run it, then we should have gutted all of the money stuff correctly, I think. That out of money code should have been deleted. I'm not sure that it was. I think it was there, but it went away too fast for me to see. No, it wasn't there. Where did I put this? Here. Entity.out of money. Out of money. Ran out of money handler. Yeah, this shouldn't be here anymore. This just deletes them, I think. Guess we could hide this. Hey, Clarkio. Thank you for the raid. Can only work on your game one day. I know. And that's got to be tough. It's got to feel like it's very hard to make progress. Hope you're streaming well, Clarkio. I welcome in everybody. I've been working on Skeleton for a while. If you haven't seen it, it is this game where you manage a town. And it's a largely automated game. Thank you for the resub. Double thanks. The raid and resub. Not many people can ever do that because not many people stream. Yeah, so we have been working on, I'll show this really fast. When you get items and you put them into your shop for the first time, customers used to pop out of that portal. Now they spawn off the left side of the world and then come into your town. And the thing that we're changing is right now you can see they're all moving in the exact same path. They're beelining it for that potion that was just added to the town. So if I speed this up a little bit, you'll see they'll just walk immediately there. They'll buy it. And then they'll wander around waiting for more items. So as soon as another one's put down there, they'll all turn around immediately. And that's the kind of behavior that we're going to change. So I want them to move slower. I want them to stop every once in a while. I want them to sometimes buy items, but sometimes not. I want them to eventually leave the town and come back. And none of that stuff is the case. And then we need to be able to upgrade their behaviors. We need to do a whole bunch of other things. So that's what we're working on for the next few days. Where was this thing used? Apparently nowhere. That doesn't sound possible. And yet it is. I guess because they could no longer run out of money, so they never get deleted from the town. But there's one other thing called out of money. What is this doing? Oh, that's why. Oh my God, because there's a signal for it. So it's actually just ran out of money. Okay, well, this shouldn't exist. Out of money. Yeah, customer ran out of money. Num customers minus minus. I don't think we even need to keep track of customers this way anymore. I think we delete that stuff. Yeah, it's a signal, so you can't have 12. Yeah. Silly stuff. Clarky, what'd you do on stream today? Every once in a while, I see you playing that word game, whose name I don't know, but that I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Num customer. Is this used for anything? Right now it is, but it won't be in the future. Sorry, I missed the last part. How did the stream go? I'm not sure if you can hear me. Get rid of that concept of customer money. So this is all pretty much done. Track the maximum number of customers. It should start at 2. And then we may need to know the current number of customers so that we know to create a new one at some point. But as far as customer money goes, I think we're done with this. Some of these tasks are really, really simple. I didn't expect all of these to be difficult. I expect 2 or 3 of them to be very difficult. Run a Discord bot to capture community Wordle results, calculate who won for the day, keep track of stats, etc. Oh, cool. Cool. Yeah, my mom showed me a game called, let me see if I've got the name of this right. Okay, I don't actually know what it's called. Maybe it's this, Quordle? Yeah, this, Quordle. I don't know if you've heard of this, but it's like playing 4 Wordle games at once, I think. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Oh, you've played that one too. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't ever tried Wordle. I think there was some video game version of it that existed, or maybe it wasn't Wordle. I guess it's not really Wordle if it's with video games. But now that I think about it, what was that thing? There was like a game guesser. Guess the game, this thing. Yeah, man, my friend is really good at this. Like, I was proud of myself every once in a while for being able to get the game on the first guess. So the way this works is you just look at the screenshot, and if you know what game it is, then you type in the name and you win. And if you don't, then it gives you another hint and then another hint and another hint. And they slowly get a little bit easier as you go through them. But yeah, I was proud of my score, and my friend had like just so like crazy good at this. So yeah, I don't know what this is. Where's my, I had an account, I think. I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I could get like the N64 and Super Nintendo games a little bit better than the other genre or the other eras. Get a single short cryptic crossword style clue each day. No, I haven't heard of that. The thing I've been playing way too much of has been Nonogram's Katana. I am obsessed with this game. It's, if you've heard of Nonograms or Picross, it's pretty much just Picross, but then you get like wood and stone, and there's a whole city builder, and then you eventually build a dungeon, and then there's like a roguelike thing in there, and then you, I don't know, there's a lot of depth to this game. I've been playing too much of it. But only the Android version is good. All the other versions are just the game and no extra stuff. Never heard of that either. Have you heard of like Picross in general? Because Picross itself is just a pen and paper game that you might have seen before. It's got very simple rules. So this is the game, and if you printed this out on a sheet of paper, you could just make the X's yourself, sort of like Sudoku. Yeah. Anyway, the way that it works is there are numbers in each row and column, and they represent the number of contiguous filled blocks that you have in that row or column. And the discrete numbers represent that there is at least one blank space between them. And that's it. That's the entirety of the rules. So like this 8 means you're going to find 8 filled in squares here. And this is already mostly completed. So you can see there are 2 X's and then 8 filled in ones. And yeah, like I said, that's the game. So I've been playing a lot of that pretty much. But imagine Sudoku, but that they give you wood and you start building up a city. At some point, the Sudoku itself, you're like, all right, it's just Sudoku, right? But then you're building a city. And I should not have spent as long as I have so far in this game. All right, the only thing I need to do is a .NET format here. We really just gutted some code. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Nope, that's one thing that .NET format would find. And now we run it. Remove the concept of customer money. Customers will be limited in other ways, but their money hasn't mattered for months since they had infinite money. All right. So we're done with that one. Next task. When customers spawn, keep track of the maximum number of customers. It should start at 2. We may need to know the current number so we generate more at some point. Excuse me. Okay, game design question. Should we generate the same customers for each player's game? So like customer number 1, the customers don't really matter, but like purple hair, movement speed of 37. Is there even anything else that can be customized? That's pretty much it. Yeah. And customer 2 is like red hair, movement speed of 38. Or should they just be fully randomized every time? I don't really see a problem with just fully randomizing them unless we had behaviors. If there were behaviors like prefers potions or something like that, then we might have a problem. But we don't have those behaviors. And either way, we could randomize the customer and not randomize the behaviors. So I guess let's just randomize the customers. The only caveat to randomization here is that I don't want to pick the same customer twice. So for example, this one has pink hair and this one has orange hair. You'll only have one with the pink hair and one with the orange hair. I mean, unless you count this one as having orange hair, but you know what I mean? Like unique sprites for each. Those aren't the same, are they? No, they're not the same. Yeah, unique sprites for each customer. I wonder if these would be confusing because they look kind of like an adventurer. I think we'll have enough where we don't even need to use those. Yeah, we probably do. Is that sprite used in the game anywhere? Assets, temp. No, just the shopkeep one, which is that green one. Maybe we need a custom shopkeep, but yeah. Okay, so we're going to randomize the appearance. Generate persistent customers. Randomize the appearance as long as the sprite hasn't been used before. And then do we want to show a name somewhere? Maybe when you hover over them, it tells you the name. That'd be kind of cool. Well, how do we come up with the names? Maybe we take the top point earners and have them each specify one name. Probably a bad way of doing it, especially because the number of points you have will change over the course of making the game. And how am I going to wrangle all these people? Like, I don't know when the last time I saw Blub was. Are they here now? They are here now. Blub, why don't you chat with me? Oh, it doesn't let me click your name when I tag you. How do I see when your last message in chat was? It was 1 month and 2 days ago. All right. Well, too bad. Yeah, I don't know how we pick names, but I don't think we'll have names right now, and I'll just write it as a consideration for later. Considerations, manifest customer names, and show them on hovering over the customer. Maybe also show lifetime stats, like how many purchases they've made. I've been lurking for 1 month. Not anymore, sucker. Okay, give me a list of 20 names, Blub. Hey, Pretzel. You've been called out. Hi, Blub. I don't still have the Blub command, do I? I do. Blub, blub. There used to be 2 Blubs here. Blubqua and the other Blub. All right, what was I doing? Because I lost track of everything. Keep track of the maximum number of customers should start at 2. So we need a generate new customer function. Need a generate customer, which I guess is just create customer. Need create customer to make something with a unique sprite. And I think that's pretty much it. Just need it, yeah. I think it's easy. Blob is purple too. Yeah, but how was I supposed to know that until I called them out? No, I actually do know that Blob's name is purple. I thought of what I thought would be a good game, but is not a good game. But as a Twitch streamer, if you only have, let's say, 30 people in chat, how many name colors do you think you can remember without looking at chat? And it turns out I don't remember as many as I would have thought. Well, in order for you to ask what's your color, I can see your colors. So I'd have to somehow, I'd have to like look at the list here and then see which ones I remember. But yeah, it's very hard to do that. I think Sockton is purple. Blob's definitely purple. Pretzel is that greenish color I just saw. Xhio might also be purple. Am I only able to guess purple names? Anyway, that's about it. I think Head to Matter Tape was pink. You are purple. Nice. I feel like yours is fairly easy to remember. Green stack. It is now. Xhio is purple. I knew it. Yeah. All right. So we got to go modify create customer. So we just call create customer. And what is going on here? We instantiate a customer. Yeah. So that's going to happen in ready, which calls setup sprite. Okay. So we need an init that tells us which customers have already been used. Shouldn't be too bad. Is there a way to get the customers? Nope. Okay, well, how do we get adventurers? There's a get adventurers thing, which just gets everything under that node. I don't like it. I feel like we should just track customers inside of a list. There are a lot of people in the purple gang. I bet if you did a name color distribution, I feel like purple and red would be at the top. I actually don't know. But at least if you look at my chat, purple names are nuts in here. Yeah, maybe blue would be up there too. My bot, Mystical Cell, Clarkio, Evil Rex. Yeah. Where the blue people at? Where all the Smurfs at? We're gonna form gangs in chat. Okay, so let's make a new thing here. We'll make this a list. It can't be, well, I guess it could be a read-only list. Smurf itself does not have a blue name. I think during my 11 years in Twitch, I've only been 2 different colors. I think pretty much the same for me. Are there such things as red bananas? There are. Whoa, these look awesome. Well, that one picture looked awesome. These look brown. It kind of looks brown too, I guess. Huh. You've been found out. Hey, Ricardo. Welcome in. If you look at the participants list in chat, you are now the only participant. People I'm talking to are on Twitch, though. Okay, so read-only list of customers. And we're going to start this. I guess it's just an empty list. And every time we call create customer, we're going to put them in that list. Customer instance, customers node, customers dot add. Can you not add to a read-only list? I thought read-only just meant you couldn't modify the reference, not that you couldn't modify the list, but that doesn't make any sense. This isn't JavaScript with its consts. I don't even know where that went. There. Okay, change list to be blah, blah, blah. I don't care about any of that. I'd like to not have that matter. Okay, so the whole reason we add the customer is so that we can call an init function from over here, customer instance dot init town. Ah, we don't even need to do that. What am I doing? Yeah. Well, we can do it, but public void init town ECS.add component this. And then we want to get all of the sprites that are used. So that means that a customer needs to track which sprite index it used on which sprite sheet. So I guess just store the whole texture path. Problem is the paths can change. So we need identifiers for these. What is he doing with our data? You mean the color stuff? Nothing? Yeah, this is a bad idea, right? I think this is a bad idea. Hey, Boppy, it's going well. Stealing our bank details. Imagine if that was a security question. All right, what's your first name, your last name, and your chat color on Twitch? And you better hope nobody knows who you are on Twitch because it's public info. Your pin could actually be purple, right? If you look at a phone keypad, yeah, 787753. 787753. If that's your pin, then it actually is purple. All right, we don't actually store anything here, which is pretty interesting. It's all in components. But I'm going to start to store this, and I think what we need is a sprite sheet ID, or maybe like a customer sprite index. And then we have a way of looking these up inside. Yeah. I think I want to do that. So where are other enumerations that we have? Enumeration? Here. Yeah. Do we have anything for customers? Nope. All right, well, where do we put the thing for adventurers? It's inside game source adventurers. Okay, do we have a game source customers? Game source customer. No, we don't. Well, we have states, and inside states we have customer states. Yeah, I guess we'll just make a new thing. Customers. Okay. So just save this over there. Customer sprite ID. I don't even want to spend a lot of time on this. Customer sprite ID. All right. How do we do this? We gotta describe each character now. Oh God. All right, so the first one is orange hair bandana. Then white hair elf. Is it an elf? It's got pointy ears. Maybe white hair, green shirt. Then purple hair cloak. White hair bandana. Pink hair looks like a dress. Orange hair, yellow shirt. This one probably shouldn't be manifested. This is used for the NPCs. I guess I'll manifest them anyway. Green hair, what are they wearing? Cloak, I guess. Sure. This is blue armor. I was tempted to just have it be char 1, char 2, char 3. Certainly would make this take less time. But I think this way will make it a little bit clearer who's who. What are they wearing on their head here? What is that? It doesn't cover all of their hair. Or maybe that's part of a hat? No, that's their hair. What are they wearing? What is that? It's like a miner's light. I don't know what you call any of this stuff. A tiara? Is that? All right, whatever. That's what we're calling it. Brown hair tiara. Then yellow hair. Yellow shirt. Blue hair, pink shirt. Pink hair, pink shirt. Orange hair, tiara. Brown hair. What color shirt do you even have? I have no idea what that is. Yellow? I'm just gonna say yellow. Orange hair. I don't know what you're wearing. White shirt. As long as it's not telling us that we have a duplicate, then I don't really care about any of this stuff. Green hair, and I guess we're also going to say white shirt. All right, we don't have too many more of these, just 8 more. Then we're done with this nonsense. Yellow hair bandana. What do we call that first one? We did it based on the hair color. That's like lavender hair. Green shirt. Blue hair cloak. Oh, this is a different color bandana. I just call it white hair bandana, but it can't be that. It's got to be white hair blue bandana. So that we can have white hair red bandana. All right, 4 more of these. Yellow hair dress. Green hair, yellow. Oh, that already exists? Does it? No, it doesn't. Orange hair cloak. Good. And one last one, which is red armor. $24. Done. All right, so customer sprite ID. We are going to consider the green hair cloak one to be in use by the NPC. Yeah. Head pattern matching. Yeah, and it doesn't. It's a shame. So for setup sprite, we're now going to do this from init. And I guess we're just going to pass in the town. Although maybe we should pass in which sprites are already used. Town.customers.where. What's the equivalent of select? It's not where, is it? C#. Or no, it's called select. Right? No, it's not called select. Oh my God. C# link equivalent of map. You think I'd remember this, but it just keeps falling out of my memory. Map is select. What? Why did it not show up? Because I don't have a link in this? Huh. Must be that. Town is a variable that is used like a type. I don't understand why this isn't suggesting that I use a link. There it is. Okay, so each customer, we're going to select its public customer sprite ID, get private set. All right, I want to select these. Especially did hardcore programming and saw some red bananas. By the way, were all the devlogs the Skeletor? There's only one, although maybe you're not asking about devlogs specifically, but if you take a look at this is the only devlog I officially produced. But if you look at my YouTube channel in general and go to, hang on, let me mute this. Otherwise, I'll start talking twice and you don't want to hear that. If you look at live and then click oldest, you'll find them all not too far down. right after the idle ascendant stuff. Yeah, here probably the 6 months ago stuff, all the way up until now, of course. I have a task on myself to put this into a playlist. I guess there aren't that many different streams. Is that C sharp? Yeah, that's C sharp. The way you can typically tell that something is not JavaScript is because you'll see static types everywhere. So like here you see a void. You wouldn't typically see that in JavaScript. And yeah, new color. Oh, I guess that's built in, so you don't see a type on modulate. Anyway, here we're going to select c.spriteID. And I guess we can make this to hash set. So this is going to be a hash set of customer sprite IDs, used sprite IDs. And then we want to set up sprites with the used ones already. And maybe, you know what else? Maybe we should add in the green hair cloak. Is that what it is? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah. While the NPC is using this sprite, don't let customers also look like the NPC. Why not use var? Yeah, it's a very minor reason, but the reason why is if you're not in an IDE, then it's very hard to tell what something is. So let's say you're just on GitHub and you're looking through code and let's say you're in this file, and let's just scroll to some random place and imagine that this is a var. Well, this I guess would be obvious. But anyway, just imagine that something's a var and you're like, what actually is that type? Like, how do I find out more about it? I think it'd be a little bit harder to do. The other thing is that you can use var. You could say var here, and then when this hint pops up saying, can you use the explicit type, just press enter on it, and then it'll type it out for you. So I do sometimes still type var, but I don't keep it in the code. From what I saw, like the arrow function, I see, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're both the same general paradigm of programming. So you'll see a lot of the same concepts like defining functions and variables, lambda functions, but then yeah, I think one of the main differences, not just in how this all gets interpreted, because C# is converted to an intermediate language that's run on .NET, but C# is statically typed. Okay, so then we call this, we pass these in over here. So now what we want to do is we want to get all valid values of this thing and game dev concept book or programming concept book for someone who's a beginner. It's always hard for me to answer this question because even if I had the books in mind that I used, it was a long enough time ago where they're probably not as relevant anymore. Like people used to ask me, oh, how did you learn JavaScript? And for maybe about 2 years, I think the book I would have recommended was a pretty good book to use, which was JavaScript, The Good Parts. But then after some time, I'm like, there's probably better stuff out there now, and I just don't know what it is. So it's the same thing with game dev. I just unfortunately can't reference any specific resources out there for you. With that said, I also don't think it's too hard to get started if you just want to start learning something. And what happened on my Windows? I have a learn command. Okay, adventurers no longer use this stuff. So this is interesting that this even had to happen this way. Now we need to correlate this to different sprite sheets, which we could just do programmatically for right now. But I was going to say just manifesting these all in a list would probably also just would be fine. So first of all, let's get all of the noom.get valid values. This is not how this works. The noom functions. Customer sprite ID. So we're gonna get all the valid ones, and we're gonna do to hash set dot remove where that. All right, so this is gonna be the available sprite IDs. And then, why is that an int? Removes all elements that match the conditions defined. Okay, guess we can't do that. Except with? Remove all elements in the, yeah, nice, okay. Yeah, sure thing, Ricardo. Hey, Freak Technic. Okay, so now we get the sprite ID that we actually want them to use. Customer sprite ID equals. Do we not have a sample on hash set? I guess not. Yeah, I was gonna say technically you can't rely on the order, but I wonder if we got the 0th element if it would be different every time. Probably shouldn't be. OVS code theme is that? It is Adam One Dark Pro. Buy and buy even more when it says discount. Just not running all over the place, buying every single item, but leaving town every once in a while, stopping every once in a while, those sorts of things. C# hash set get random element. Like I said, it's not an ordered hash set, but the hash codes might be the same such that, yeah, it says converted to an array first. Okay, I guess let's just make it a list. Now there's no except, there's a remove all the match conditions, so it's just this. And then this is going to be this dot sample one. Cannot implicitly convert. That shouldn't be a problem. I should say to list. Oh, right. What am I doing? Now, if there isn't an available sprite ID, then we have a major problem. So if available sprite IDs dot count equals 0, then just set it equal to use sprite IDs. And maybe log an error. No available sprite IDs for customer using an already used one. This should never happen, but you never know. Okay, so we get the sprite ID that we actually want to use, which is guaranteed to be set at this point because either you passed in an empty use list and we pulled it from available, or you passed in a fully used list and we pulled it from used. And then we're going to convert this convert to a sprite sheet name and index. This really shouldn't be that hard because we're just going to do this anyway. And we're going to say in index equals sprite ID divided by 8. This is very dumb. This is very, very dumb. Also, this won't even work. We got to do sprite ID minus 1 divided by 8. I'm doing this the hacky way for right now. And this is the sprite sheet index. And then the actual sprite index is that. So now we do sprite sheet names, sprite sheet index, texture. Why do we use that? I see. So that's sprite index. Rand 3. Oh, we took a random. Okay, never mind. I see. Valid indices. I see that too. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, then we don't need to do that anymore. Character index is just going to be set to sprite index. Okay. So this should probably be manifested as a list at some point, but let's try this out. Hey, Gentels. Commands don't work in replies, apparently. Yeah, I gotta address that at some point, which I'm probably just never gonna do. Oops, sorry for hitting the microphone right there. Hopefully that wasn't super loud. Hey, Chris. All right. So how do we test this? Let's go to the town and go to this thing and call create customer. And what this is going to do is every time I press the T key on the keyboard, it's going to create a customer, and we have 24 unique ones. So I should be able to press it 24 times and see a different one each time. So let's try this out. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Those are the same, right? I think those were the same. Are they not? No, they have slightly different colored. I don't even know what that is. Like clothes? How are they that similar though? And how did I not notice that? Yeah, this one has green. No, what? They're not different. I think I used that one twice. Yeah, they are the same. What's going on here? Oh, I never said it. Oh my God, I'm dumb. Okay, let's fix that. Yeah, it was just totally random because I didn't do that. There. Sprite ID. Whew. Yeah, thanks, chat. How do you start making a game? I want to make one, but I don't know where to start. I think there are a bunch of different ways you could start. If you have never done game dev before, I would say just dive in. Just say, I'm making a platformer. That's it. You just make some arbitrary decision and you start making it, and then don't worry about anything else. But if you've got at least some experience making software, I would say you actually start with a design document. And the design document is just some like basic goals, overview of the game, maybe some description of the systems that you have. And I've got some notes on this. For those who don't know, pretty much all of my notes are on notes.adamlearns.com. But the one in particular that I want to link to you is the one on game design. Because I wrote some notes about this, and I think this is what I think is relevant to you. This is the process I myself go through when I'm doing this. And if you were to go look at the streams where I've done this, you'd see this process get played out. So yeah, I suggest reading through that. And like I said, I think it differs based on whether you got some experience or whether you don't. Because if you don't have any experience, then I think it's not a good idea to set out making kind of any game you want to make at first. I'd say pick a mini game you want to make and just get some experience making games, because you'll make a lot of mistakes at first and you'll learn from it. And you don't want to get into a case where you've set out on like a 3-year long game and you've learned so much after a year that you're like, wow, all that code I made was garbage. So yeah. Yeah, game jams are a great way to get started for sure. Especially something that's set to a pretty small time limit, like 2 days. You'll probably learn a lot in that time. Missing nav line below the left lamp post on the armor smith. Oh, like we should cover the fence? And they're walking on the fence right now? Yeah. Okay, let me fix that because I already modified the nav stuff and it's going to be impossible to merge. But let me just run this by you really fast. You're saying that I'm gonna take a purposely incorrect tile and I'm gonna color it here. So you're saying to make these be nav tiles? Yeah, okay. That's what I'll do then. Except the diagonal? Why not the diagonal? You shouldn't be able to walk on this line. We made all the other diagonals blocked off. Yeah, I would probably block this too. I guess the characters won't ever walk there anyway. It won't bake. Really? Let's see. Visible navigation. Did you mention Nonogram game earlier? Yes, I did. It's called Nonogram's Katana. Oh, they get stuck. There was no error that printed for that. I guess it's problematic because of this right here. But we could just delete this one, right? Why won't this let me delete it? Oh, because I haven't set the wrong thing. Yeah, like I said, if you're gonna ever play this game though, it's only on Android that you can do all the cool stuff. The web version, the iOS version doesn't have it. Has to be 2x2. I think that must be because of how we have our navigation settings right now. Huh. Looks like a regular nonogram game. If you're on iOS, then it would look like a regular nonogram game. Although I can't say for sure that the Google Play Store has that advertised. Wow, I typed in Google Play and it found the App Store first. Way to go, Bing. Does it have any of that in here? How do they not show this? It's like the defining feature of the game, in my opinion. Yeah, wow, strange. Anyway, it's super fun. Super, super fun. I've been playing it, like I said, for way too long. It's like the only game I've been consistently playing for months now. Other than maybe the finals. I've been playing that too. All right, well, cool. Thank you for pointing that out, Dark. Did this fix it? Yeah, they're walking around. And just put one nav tile line at the lamp's base. Where's the lamp? Oh, there it is. Oh, here? Like right there at the base? Whoops. Oh God, what am I doing? There. Okay. Yeah, so let's go back to this thing and make sure that there are unique. Your average is weird. Yeah. Gonna have to fix that at some point. All right, so now we should see unique customers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is not unique. Blue armor. You're already there. Oh, we only have 23. No, that's not possible. 23. Oh, wait, we cut one out. That's why. Yeah. It's all working. Okay, so now if I generate ones, it should just be completely random. So we should see a lot of duplicates. And yeah, we definitely do. Wow, cool. Okay, yeah, so this code is all working. So we can generate 23. I think that's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. I'd have to get BlueStacks to play it. Yeah, I think you would. I mean, if you want that feature of it, which, like I said, I think is the killer feature. Rivals of Ether 2, pretty difficult. I only saw Donkey play it. I like the general idea that there's a Smash competitor that actually kind of resembles Smash. But I've never played either of the games. There was a duplicate in the beginning. I need to watch the VOD, but I'm hoping that they're different because there are some very similar looking characters in here. Yeah, like that orange-haired person and that orange-haired person look pretty close. You know what let's do? Let's just... I was going to say we could just spawn them all on the screen right next to each other. But in order for that to happen, we would need to not add a state machine. Google has a PC app to play Android games now? I guess so. There was something a while ago that Windows was telling me like you could connect your Android phone to Naruto guys. All right, well, let's find out. We'll just set the position of this equal to new vector 2 sprite ID times 16 comma 0. I don't know. That doesn't really matter. There. All right, that should work. Google Play Games, it's beta. Huh. All right, so I don't know where these are going to spawn. I think the 0, 0 point is like there. So I think they should spawn. I have no idea where they are. Oh, I know what's going on. I'm positioning them in the wrong spot. So they're getting overridden to be the customer spawn point. Yeah, we just delete this. And this will prove once and for all that the code is infallible. I think it worked. Yeah, I think it worked. Just it just does this in a really weird way. What we need to do is at the beginning of the game call create customer exactly 23 times, and if we see every space filled in but one, then it worked. So we just do for int I equals 0, I is less than 23. Yeah, create customer. Yeah. A lot of them are very close. And by the way, if people are confused now and we're looking for it, they might be confused in the future too. Yeah, this worked. So the reason we don't see that one is because that's the NPC used for shops. I didn't want to reuse them. But yeah, those are all the characters. And the ones that look very similar, there are two that are wearing that tiara thing. I don't know where the second one even is. There it is. But those have different enough hair colors, I guess. Yeah, it must be the orange-haired people. Well, I'm not going to worry about it. I think this is fine. We can add in those L's if we really need to. Yeah. All right. So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of the customer spawn position thing I just deleted. Let's get rid of this. And that should be that. And then put this back in. Okay. Not available on the Google thing. Yeah, I tried playing on my Chromebook and it only kind of worked. There's supposed to be keyboard shortcuts, but those didn't really work. And then it crashed every once in a while, and it's almost never, I don't think it's ever crashed on my phone. Mask the close and hue shift for more variety. We don't even need more variety. I actually think just that number of customers, 23, I think should be enough. Because I was thinking 15 customers and like, I don't know, 3 rare customers. And I'm actually one of the rare ones. In fact, maybe I'm the only rare one. Yeah. But I haven't even added this to the game yet. But that shouldn't be very hard to do. Okay, so what have we done? Randomize the appearance as long as the sprite hasn't been used before. That's finished. And then generate a movement speed in the 40 to 45 pixel per second range. And we're going to need to save that at some point. Although you probably would not be able to tell the difference if I did not save that. All right, so customer speed. Where is your speed? You don't have one. Nav speed component speed. Speed equals, is this a float? What is this, double? No, float. All right, gd.rand range. And I said the range should be like 40 to 45, I guess. Is this inclusive? It is. Is that too much of a difference? That's what, 12.5%? I think. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, whatever. I think it's fine. I picked beginner for multiplayer and I'm going up against complete monsters at the game. Yeah, matchmaking can be tough. How much I look like the Skelly Seller character? It's just a coincidence. All right, so now all the characters should be moving slower. Hope you have a shiny aura like in D2 full sets. It's too bad no one ever really used the full sets in D2. Look at how slowly they move. Oh, it's painful. It's so painful. Oh my God. I think it's necessary. Yeah, they'll eventually get over here and then buy some items. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, that was the task, so we did the task. Thanks to you, Alex. Is there any place where I can see the early days of this project? Yeah, Ricardo on YouTube had just asked this, and I pulled it up, but I've got to make a proper playlist out of this. So if you want to see all of them, unfortunately, the only way to do this is go to this link, click oldest, and scroll down to roughly 6 months ago. So this that you see, Idle Ascendance was the predecessor to this game. It was the prototype of this game, really, but it was just the battle system. There was no town system. So you'll see there's still, moving around on the overworld. You would actually manually control things. You'd actually pick which things you used in battle, and then the battles would play out. But that's it. There's just a world map of monsters on the world map and no town or anything like that. So it was right after that when we got to... Oh, that changed the... Oh, that was the day I was doing music. What was I doing music for? What? What was this for? What was I doing? Did I actually make something in here? Oh, I was making the Idle Ascendance music, I think. Did that actually make it in the game? God, I don't remember any of this. I bet I have this tab muted. Unmute. Oh, I remember this. Wow. This is actually pretty good. Was this unfinished? Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, I guess that's what I was doing that day. Anyway, it's after there somewhere, so good luck finding it. I'll eventually make a playlist. Take care, Thels. Hope you have a good early start tomorrow. Yeah, wow, I forgot about that stream too. I did a music stream for Skeleseller, didn't I? I don't know if that's even obvious from any... was it that one? No. It must have been this one, making music for Skeleseller. Yeah, this was the town theme that I was working on. And since then, I started working on this second one that I just never finished and still haven't put more time into. Things have been kind of nuts in the last month or so, but I'll eventually flesh this out. Yeah. Just leave that running. Track the maximum number of customers. I don't know what we do for that. And max. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is fine. Structure 2. I haven't finished this, but I do like it. Anyway. Someday I'll finish that, and then we'll have 2 tracks, and then I just need probably like 3 or 4 more. Okay, so the max number of customers currently starts at 4. And we want to eventually increase what that could be. So maybe we say, I don't know what I just did. Starting max num customers equals 2. Game constants dot that. There we go. I mean, it sounds like end credits music. I'm trying to think, like most of the credits I can think of from games had more melodically driven music than that. And I wanted this to be something slightly more ambient that can come on and just play while you're in the town. I didn't mean to click that. Can I still do this? Yes, I can. All right, so let's try building a shop, and we should see 2 customers, and that's it. It should spawn right over here. 1, 2. Yep, just make sure there was no 3rd one. Nice. All right, cool. Let's check this in. So this one is fixed missing nav boundaries. Dark pointed this out. It's unrelated to customer stuff. Whoa, Joyous Beast. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. That is incredibly kind of you. Welcome, new subs. Yeah, how's it going, Joyous Beast? Unrelated to customer stuff, yeah. Now I understand why it would have been hard to merge the nav tile changes. Yep, it's pretty much impossible to read those files. By the way, that reason of it being hard to read those files is why we switched all the instances out into their own file. So if you look at this, like Volcano is its own file. It used to be that all of these were in the same scene and you would show and hide which ones you wanted to be visible at any given time. And yeah, then it was impossible to merge. That day was so difficult. Hey, Tuvarskie? The name sounds Slavic, but there's a t at the beginning, which sounds Japanese. But maybe that's also Tsu is fine? Okay. Cool, I'll call you that from now on. Let's go write that in the old name pronunciations thing. What in the world? Seriously, I hate it when this happens. It's just so stupid. I meant to type pronunciation, but since I typed something new, it made a new file. There we go. Name throws everyone the first time. Well, apologies for getting it wrong. All right, cool. Going great, thanks. Enjoying the stream with my newborn before bed. Well, congratulations. I don't know if I had already gotten to say this to you in the past. But yeah, I'm sure your sleep schedule is a little bit different from what it used to be. Gotta find some downtime where you can. All right, I think we're good with this. So this is going to be limit the number of customers to 2. Make sure we make unique ones. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. Why is this yellow? Yeah. Gotta change it to a collection, apparently. Yeah, let's go figure that out. You're leaving M2? All right, take care. Hope you have a good weekend, too. Change list to be collection. I wonder if there's any way around this. Have I not ever done this before? Public list? Apparently not. I did make public collections. Anyway, this could just be a collection. Collection is actually backed by a list anyway. So it's really no difference. What is going on? What's happening right now? What? Something's off. I think my mouse is doing this. Something's very off. What is happening right now? I can't move the keys. The arrow. What is going on? It's only moving left. Oh, even the right arrow on the mouse isn't working. I don't know what's doing this. I'll unplug everything again. What? Probable stuck key detected. Corn is ignored temporarily until right arrow is pressed again. What in the world is happening? I have no idea what caused this. Can I do this in any other thing? Can I press... What? I've never had this happen before. The mouse works with left and right. The corn doesn't. Something just broke out of nowhere. I wonder if it's a switch problem. Because nothing here should be wrong. These are all plugged in properly. Well, let me try plugging into the right side of the keyboard. Let me see if that changes anything. That does change something. Wow. All right, now let's plug it into the left side. And now it's fixed. Okay, well, I have no idea. Can I actually use my code again? Guess let's load this over here. That's so weird, though. I've never seen that before. Usually when this stuff breaks, it's my USB hub or my mouse causing things to break, and it seems like a keyboard problem, and maybe that's what happened. But usually unplugging the mouse just fixes it. All right, is this working now? Yeah. Let's format this. Oh, man. You know what I should have done at lunchtime today? I should have just put up a BRB screen. Hey, Jason, I have similar things happen on Windows where my keys go haywire. Like I said, though, usually it's a mouse, and I've had this happen. This is like my third version of this mouse. I use a G600, and every one of these has had the same problem. Like a key somehow gets stuck on the mouse, and it just starts backspacing my code. And that's really frustrating because I have to unplug the mouse for it to stop. I couldn't figure out another way. But yeah, this was strange. It just wouldn't let me use my arrow keys. And now everything's working fine. Well, whatever. At least it's fixed. Gonna look through this one more time. I don't see anything unusual though. It's up sprite. I mean, I guess this could be in setup sprite, and we could pass in the town, but even that doesn't really matter. Why is all of this showing right now? Just review it like this. Good, 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 good. Yeah, cool. All right, so change customers. You are now capped to 2 at first. Customers all look unique from one another. Customers move roughly 60 pixels per second slower. I'll just say 60% slower. Or maybe 60% as fast. 40% as fast. Learn how numbers work. Yeah, that's pretty good. Do a Corners DSA layout review stream segment. For other people's or for mine? Because I was thinking of making a YouTube video at some point talking about here's why I have the layout. Okay, yeah. And I think reviewing other people's layouts is sort of tough because it's very personal. Like if you were to look at mine keyboard, Yeah, if you were to look at mine and you saw some of the stuff in my nav layer, you'd be like, what is he doing? Like this, for example. This is one of these do-it-all sorts of keys I have on my keyboard. So when I press it, I can't really show this, but when I just press it, it sends Command K. If I'm holding Shift, it sends Command Shift E. And you might be like, why? Why are these two functions on this key? And it's like, because that's what makes sense to me. I imagine other people will have layouts like that where they just look totally wacky. Okay, so this one's done. Why did it not let me drag it down here? Let's start by dragging it there and then figure it out. Yeah, nice. All right, next up, make workers and adventurers walk slower and then differentiate adventurers based on their classes. Do people like this idea? So like the rogue maybe has a movement speed of 60 and the warrior has a movement speed of 40. And this is just for restocking items and entering battles. Or is this kind of dumb sounding? Excuse me. How to come up with my layout? It was inspired by the Muryoku layout at first. And I'll show you what this is, because I think this has some very interesting properties to it. And they have it all listed right here. So use layers instead of reaching, use both hands instead of contortions, use the home position as much as possible. So the general idea, and you can tell from this very complicated graphic if you've never seen something like this before. So the way you're supposed to read this is at the bottom of these thumb keys is a colored word. So fun, num, sim, mouse. That color corresponds to the colors of the keys that change. So you'll see that each color on the thumb keys does not appear on the same half of the keyboard, which I thought was interesting property number one. So basically, if you want to type a number, you hold your right thumb and then use your left hand to type numbers. And if you want to type symbols, similarly, you hold your right thumb and use your left hand to type symbols. I thought that was a cool idea, and I eventually tried applying this, but I had certain muscle memory baked in already, so I violated this in a lot of ways. And then I also thought, well, it's nice to use the other half of your keyboard for stuff. So typically my layers are very full. And that's what led to a lot of things that I do. It's just like, oh, I mean, how often do you type numbers? You're typing some numbers and you're like, oh, now I need a space. Like you shouldn't have to enter a new layer just to get a space. So maybe there should be a space key in that. But maybe you also want arrows. So it's like I have entry to my nav layer from my number layer. Anyway, I'm not going to keep nerding out about this. Like I said, I'll eventually probably make a video about it. Game lore wise, it makes sense. Fun wise, maybe it's more of a polish kind of thing. Well, I was thinking fun wise, hopefully it's not a huge difference. Like here we've made it a 50% change, but yeah, maybe we need to make it less diverse. Take care, Pressel. You have a good weekend. Don't go changing your Twitch name color this weekend. All right, I won't recognize you when we come back. I just realized if we're going to do this, we need to stop making adventurers wander all over the place. Yeah. If we do lower adventurer speed, we need to stop making them wander all over the place. They should probably stick close to the portal and the warehouse. Let's just cyberbully you. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I like the idea. The practicality of it is probably questionable. So for example, let's say the rogue is your favorite class and it also moves the fastest. Well, the problem is if it's your favorite class, you've got it in battle all the time, and then its movement speed does not matter at all. And in fact, it's only hurting you because it's the fastest, which means it's the best at stocking shops. But you'll never have it stock a shop because you'll have it in battle. That's the part I guess I was concerned about, but we could still make them be slight differences. I guess that's fine. So just to kind of show what I'm talking about here, if you click grant items, like the rogue is going to go pick up an item, they're going to stock a shop. But if you send them into battle, they'll just never be in the world in order to do that. So yeah, I think slight variance is probably a good idea. Or what if your characters just did move that fast? I guess the problem is if they're moving at like 30 pixels per second, it's going to take 3 times as long to get anywhere. So maybe it's just customers that move at this speed. Like with customers, you're going to have problems. Them walking from one shop to another just takes forever. I almost wonder if the solution is to shrink the town. Like we already said, we were going to put the potion shop over here, which is a way of us shrinking the town at the beginning of the game. But yeah, we don't really have an obvious solution here. I guess making everything move faster by the time you get to that point could be okay. And maybe, yeah, your adventures just start out faster. I think I'm inclined to just say we're doing that. Yeah, and you know what might be decent? Maybe what we do is we just randomly do plus or minus 1 speed. So 1 pixel per second. So you could have a speed that's anywhere from 99 to 101. And we don't even save it. It's like, yeah, sure, sometimes your rogue will move 1 pixel slower than your warrior, and sometimes it'll move 1 pixel faster. I guess if we were to do that, we'd want to save it because you might actually notice the difference. All right, I think the conclusion is just don't do anything right now. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do this. I think we'll just bump this to the bottom. And I'm going to write a note here. Update with our town the size that it is. I just don't think this makes sense. We would probably have to shrink everything. Yeah, we'd probably have to shrink everything. All right, well, then we're canceling that. Adjust the walking speed at animation to be based on the actual speed they move at. All right, what is this set to right now? We have a customer, but 5 FPS. Okay, so we play this animation. This is how fast they look like they're moving. Wait, this isn't even right. It's not right, but I don't think it matters because we set up the animation in here, I think. Set up animation frames. Yeah, this is what does this. The current slower speed should be fine with 4. Yeah, I want to try it out. But I also want a way of being able to customize this in the future and have it automatically get faster. But we don't have a way of doing that yet, so maybe I should write that down here. Where is it? When modifying the movement speed, increase the animation, the walking animation speed at certain breakpoints. E.g., maybe plus 50% should be plus 1 FPS. I don't know what the theoretical max speed is. That's something we got to figure out via balance. But I think it'll be obvious to us if it looks wrong. Like I think these characters look roughly like they're walking at the right frame rate. So yeah, maybe 3, maybe 4 is good for the slower speed. So how do we do this? I think we have to get an animation. That's not how. I don't know how we do this. Add animation, set animation speed. Here it is. Yeah. So we want a way of setting all of these, I guess. Public static void set walk animations. I guess frame rate is what I want to say. They call it speed, so I guess we could also just call it speed. All right, and float FPS. Oh, it's a floating point number. Oh, so we could do anything. A continuous scale here. All right. There we go. Now we just do this down here. Animation pips. Done. And this goes to this. Now I want to do the same thing in here. So walk sprite sheet converter. Set the speed to 3.5. I don't know. Oh, there's speed scale? Yeah, I guess we could just modify that. I guess it's pretty similar to setting this. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of another, I think. Unless there's another. Oh, I guess the other reason to do this is if we weren't using a constant frame rate, then the speed scale would animate over this quicker. We probably should just use the speed scale anyway. I don't even have customers. What am I doing? Grant items and put this over here. All right, so this was a 3.5. Yeah, I think that looks good. Maybe even slightly slower than that. Yeah, probably slower. Speed scale, you say. Sprite dot speed scale. This is of every animation though. Yeah, maybe it is better to just set the animation speed. I'm gonna try 2.5. Actually, you know what? We probably should just scale it to exactly 40% because that's what we changed the speed by. So if it looked good at 5 frames per second, maybe this will also look good. The only issue is I don't know if that built properly. So we got to do something like gprint hello. Because I changed it as I was building, and I've seen some issues with that before. And then it doesn't even detect changes afterward unless they're unless it changes the outputted bytecode. All right, I really need a like spawn customers thing and not drag a potion onto here every time. Let's see. All right, so this is with 2 frames per second. No, this is not good. So 3.5 was good. I definitely like that. I thought it was a little fast. Let's try 3. Also, was that complaining at me a bunch? It certainly looked like it was. Hmm. No, I think 3.5 is fine. It looks fine for this one in the back. It doesn't look fine for the one in the front. I guess that's just that little difference is all it takes. All right, it says facing right doesn't exist. Wait, that would imply that it's not even setting the animation on this. Oh, because here we're setting it on the sprite frames. We need to actually have the sprite frames be set, and then we can do this. Ah, all right. So then who knows if any of that was actually taking effect. Maybe it was just using 5 the entire time. Probably was. Yeah, because it wouldn't have been able to find this either way. Or maybe it wouldn't even be 5. I don't know what it would be. All right, well, let's stop having to do this every single time. And let's just call create customer a bunch. That way I don't have to keep clicking any buttons. It was changing. I guess it could be saving in a dictionary what the speed should have been. All right, so this is 3.5. Does this look like the right walking speed? Not speed, sorry, the right animation speed? If you just look at their feet, does it kind of look like they're moving at the speed they should be moving at? I don't know. Still sliding in my eyes. Yeah. Like this kind of looks like it's moving at the right speed. Seems too slow. I think it seems too fast. And stay put when they move left or right. Wait, all right, I'm going to try 4 instead of 3.5. Where did I buy this ring? This was just a ring from Amazon. I've been debating on getting a purple one, but I bought 6 of these and I kind of want to go through all of them, but that's going to take another like 7, 8 years probably. And I don't want to wait 8 years to get the color ring that I want to wear now. I didn't think I'd like the colorful ones as much as I did. Okay, I think that looks good. Yeah, I think you were all right. Yeah. In fact, maybe that means we should be increasing the frame rate for the fast ones. How do we even do that? Let's try that over here. Set this to like, I'm gonna set it to 15 just to see what it looks like. I think this is gonna be way too fast, but I just want to make sure we're changing the right thing. Olive when? My wife said she doesn't like olive stuff as much anymore. This looks hilarious. Look at how fast they're moving their little feet. I mean, I knew this was going to be too fast, but I just want to make sure we're updating the right thing. But yes, this does confirm that I think this should be increased as well. Maybe, I don't know, 8? Oh, man. Yeah, I still have my original wedding band. I just don't plan on wearing it ever again. That's too fast, I think. Is it? Maybe it's not. If I just zoom out and stop moving the camera everywhere, because I'm probably making people dizzy, does that look like it's too fast? I feel like it does. Maybe not. It's kind of growing on me as I watch it some more. Did I create the sprites? No, I didn't. Here's the credits command. That feels good. Well, it definitely looks a lot cooler now that you see a slower character alongside the quick characters. It's too fast. 2 frames. I'm going to try 7. So we were at 8. Originally, it was 5. So we're trying 7 now. I think if we went down 1 farther, it would be too much. But let's see. And I'll even create a bunch of workers. I think it should be a smidge faster. Like 7.5. Not bad though. Yeah, the rogue looks good. Why does the rogue look good? Actually, I guess it doesn't matter if the workers don't look good because we're going to use a different worker sprite anyway, right? Where is that worker sprite? Whoopsie doodle. Let's go find that. Worker. It's probably just in Discord. Worker has different settings. They might. Yeah, they might. Well, all right, let's leave this as is. So 7 looks good for an adventurer. So let's just set this up in adventurer. Set up animation frames. Yeah. I think we had a separate script for a worker, so that's why it doesn't change. Yeah, I don't know what we did for this. Set up animation, worker sprite. What are we doing for this? New animated sprite component. Must just be part of the scene. Yep. Okay, well, let's just increase this to 7 then for everything. Can we do this on all of them? No, we can't. All right, well, you know what we can do is we can just modify it directly in here. So let's do that. worker speed 7. Speed. So all the speed 5s we changed to speed 7s. There. And 7 is what we settled on, right? I didn't just make that up, yeah. All right, show me what you got, worker. How do I switch animations? How do I play a different animation? What am I? Oh. I wanted... What? This isn't right. Oh, because the hand sprite is on by default. I see. So what? The worker turns it off on its own? It doesn't? Oh, the animation thing turns it on? Yeah, I see. Yeah, we have to adjust it later based on the upgraded speed. That's a good point. This is true even for Swift shoes. We should update the movement speeds. Problem is that the worker has more animations than the adventurers, so we need to update it for all animations. Hey, get a brain. Do I know the rider's free? Yeah. But it's not applicable to me. Yeah, I'm doing this for commercial stuff. Godot has a setting to switch the editor to VS Code. So if you open a CS file from Godot, it'll open in VS Code instead. I think I already have that set up and I just never open... Like if I click this script button, it does open VS Code. I just never tend to do that for some reason. Gotta make the game free. Save whatever it is, like $50 on the editor. Lose potentially thousands on the game. It's a great trade-off. All right, this is looking fine for now. Let me delete this. Update walking animation speed. So customers, it used to be 5 FPS for everyone. It's now 4 FPS for customers and 7 FPS for adventurers and workers. Now, out of curiosity, 4 divided by 7 is not 0.4. So I guess it's not proportional to the speed, or our eyes are just sort of tricking us all. We all have different opinions on whether it should have been faster or slower anyway. But yeah, I think this is probably good for now. Yeah, solid 5 out of 7. Adventurers with rice. Tastes great. All right, we're going to check that in. Okay, so adjust walking speed, animation of everything. Done with that for right now. All right, next up. Oh, let's cross this off. So I don't think I need to do this anymore. In fact, let's also bump it down to here. Cross this off. Hey, T-Bang. I'm making a game called Skeleseller. You can kind of see it playing out here, although it's not clear what the game actually is. It's like a simulation / management game. The way it works is you send adventurers into battle. You'll see a rogue walking over to the portal right now. And then once they're in battles, it's automated. So I'm not controlling this. The rogue has 3 abilities and it's using them whenever they're off cooldown. And then when you win the battle, which I'm just going to force here, you get items popping out of the portal and you'll go and stock your shops. And then these customers, the slow characters right now, they'll come over and buy these items. So that's the general gameplay loop. Do battles, get items, use the money to upgrade your town, upgrade your adventurers. And we've been trying to revamp the customer logic now for, well, just today. But I think it's going to take a long time because we have a lot of other things to do here. This isn't a task. Although I never had them jog. Maybe I should consider doing that at some point. I consider it like a semi-active game. I know that most people are going to slot it into idle anyway as a genre, But in general, what I find about the idle genre is that they're typically infinite games. They typically use what I call like inhuman numbers. So imagine like 1e to the 37. What else? And they typically have microtransactions. And I am trying to avoid all of these things. And it's kind of interesting because with automated battles, your inputs are which adventurers you choose. So for example, I can go to the volcano with 4 adventurers. So maybe I want the rogue, mage, cleric, and paladin. And which skills you have for those characters. So maybe my paladin is sort of defensively oriented and not combat oriented, and this character is AoE oriented. And I start a battle and it's like, okay, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff happening at once. But yeah, I like this idea. And I think that by having the battles be automated, it's okay that they're just kind of constantly happening. You don't feel like you have to manage them all the time. And then, of course, whenever you're done with the battle, you could always turn on auto battle and just have them fight whenever they're ready. Yeah. Anyway, every time I launch a checkpoint, I need to balance the game at least a little bit. And in playing that, I will say this balance is not very fun. But the first times you play it, it is actually a lot of fun. It's like, wow, I've been working on this whole time. And my view at any given moment is a to-do list. It's okay, now we got to do this. Now we got to do this. When I get to the balance point, I start thinking like a player would think, like, okay, is this slow? Is it fun? Is it frustrating? What do I want to do? How do I make things better? And yeah, my first impression is usually like, this is actually turning out pretty well. Love the battle overlay that shows the current battle in progress. Yeah, and you can have multiple battles running at the same time too. So for example, if I start off the warrior and the archer, they can be in their own battle. I know I'm covering it with like half of the camera. But yeah, so you can have multiple battles going at once. Yeah, there's some item features and stuff that's not really super worth going into. But one of the newer things that we added was, I don't have the money for this. Okay, hang on a second. I still don't have the money? Doesn't? Oh, the money cap never goes up when you click grant most things. Okay, I gotta fix that. Anyway, there's a new feature that's blocked behind a button that you can never click in the game. Grant most things. Let's just set the money limit here. Set max money to 9999999. And then do that before we modify money. Debug feature, but it doesn't work. Yeah. It wasn't even got to beat the canyon. The problem is that your money only goes up the first time you beat the canyon, and we unlocked all of the instances here in a like a hacky way. So it didn't go through the normal route, but now it should set the money higher. So now I can get this, and now I can show the thing I wanted to show, which is this thing over here is a way of you dragging items onto this pot, and it lights up this crystal. And now all your battles will have whatever enchantment you just got for that amount of time. So in this case, they're all kind of boring enchantments because we haven't coded any of them yet. But you can eventually unlock the other 2 crystals here and then get a weapon enchantment and an armor enchantment as well. So when you enter a battle, you could get maybe like life steal and take less damage and something else and have more survivability. And then we got this cool icon for when you're actually in the battle. Right there to see what the enchantments are, because these can run out. Solo dev? No, not solo dev. This is a team of 5 people working on this. I started out with Darkstorm and Quickie Joe. And then Ski offered to help with some of the marketing stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Why don't you just officially join the team? And then thanks to Ski, we got a Steam page up faster than I thought we would. And if it weren't for Ski, this would definitely not have been up. So if anyone wants a wish list, wink, wink, you can go check that out here. We don't have a trailer yet. That's going to take a lot of time. And then Kevin joined like 2 weeks ago, I want to say, 1.5 weeks, something like that. And Kevin's sort of joking assignment is to only do unfun tasks. So there's a lot of saving and loading stuff that he's been working on, which I do not envy. All right, what time is it? I want to make sure I'm not going way too long here. Yeah, I think we can do a little bit more, but definitely not the skill tree stuff. This is probably going to be a Monday kind of task. What else do we have? Yeah, this should be dead simple. So maybe let's do this right now. Thought it earlier, but I'm not sure you read it. Maybe we can make some enchantments that affect the customer somehow. I think I saw you say that, and there was something that flashed through my head, and I just didn't respond to it. I don't remember what it was. Oh, yeah, that's right. So I guess I hadn't thought about this, but so the enchantments are timed and customers are forever. And that's the only thing that made me wonder, what would it be about a customer that you would want to enchant them for? I guess maybe like they tip or they move faster. Like these are all things that the town hall would do. But I'll write it down as an idea because we can always decide later. Yeah, they're actually even called battle mods, but maybe generic other ideas. There could be buffs for customers and not for adventurers. I don't think I want to do this. The random checks could be influenced. They could be, but I still feel like that's a town hall behavior. And I'll write this here. I'm leaning toward just having the town hall do all of the things that would be buffs. And actually, part of the reason why is because the whole reason that the enchanter exists is that I wanted it to reward the semi-active play. That's why these buffs are pretty short-lived. And it complements what is probably going to turn into an automated thing for people, which is having battles running. So it's like, in my mind, this adds some interactivity to battles where it otherwise wouldn't have any. So I think if it were to change customers, it would feel like, oh, my battles are just kind of meaningless. They're just generating items. But I don't know. Again, it's one of those like, is it really that different to make battles go slightly faster versus making customers buy slightly more stuff? Probably not. 5 people working on it and certain people constantly throwing curveballs and distractions at them. So basically a solo project. Unknown is -4 people. They're really just bowling pins, not humans. But what happens when they knock themselves over completely? Are they one of those like, I never mind, I was gonna say the opposite thing. They're those clown toys that always righted themselves. Would it make sense to have a queue or buffer for items of the enchanter? We had that planned originally, but there were a few problems. One is it's a little bit confusing to know how the queue is going to work and manage it and like change it maybe. And two is that if the whole reason we added this was so that we gave you a semi-active component, then by adding a queue, we would make it less active. Because then you could put in like 3 times the amount of items and then leave the game for 3 times as long. So it was one of those like, you don't need to use this. We're still, well, we're losing battles. But imagine if we were winning battles, we'd still be winning battles. But we could win them faster if we put items there. All right, so rename some of this stuff. Blacksmith. It's only wherever this shows up. Yeah, here. Name. Weapon shop. Build shop. Alchemist is going to turn into potion shop. Build shop. And armorsmith turns into armor shop. Build shop. All right, let's go check that out. Hey, Tommy. Thank you very much. And welcome back. The last time you were here was 7 months and 10 days ago. I know this off the top of my head because I memorize this for every chatter who comes into the stream, and I can just do the math very quickly. All right, so we need those signs to show up. There we go. Oh, it just says build shop. Okay, that's a problem. It's got to say build armor shop. Yeah. Sus. No, it's definitely accurate. Hear me out. Nope, not going to read the rest of that message. And there's nothing you can do about it because I'm looking over here now. All right, what if you could pop customers in the enchanter? Okay, this is already funny, but all tabbed on me. Thereby losing a customer permanently, but gaining a worker, and also having that buffer last for a couple minutes. It would actually be pretty funny if you could drop a customer into the pot. I think that'd be a pretty cool Easter egg, and maybe they just glow for a bit. You know, if we're gonna do something like that, I guess I should write this down, joke ideas, and I'll give credit for this. Inspired by unknown BS 13. What if you could drag customers onto an enchanter pot and have them glow for a bit? It would just be cosmetic. The random cruelty joke? You mean like dropping a customer in a pond or something? That is not casual and laid back for you, Technic. How do we make this? Yeah. Some of these are pretty bad. What do you call a skeleton with wiggly bones? A gelatin? I really, really want to put this stuff in the game, and just whenever you click your skeleton, it just spawns one of those jokes. All right, well, we rename this stuff. I did not test it after doing this. Build warehouse, build weapon shop, build armor shop. We don't see it for the potion shop, but in order to do that, I would need to stop skipping the tutorial. Actually, this is a dumb way of doing this. I should just change this to be debug 2. I'm playing the game exactly how the game designers intended for you to wait for this character to talk and then do all this stuff. All right, start a battle, win the battle, look around. What's that? A potion shop? Oh my goodness. Let's build it. Lets you sell potions. Neat. All right, great. That's done. We also wanted to move the potion shop. I don't think I wrote that down anywhere. No, I did not. Move the potion shop, or I guess swap the locations of the potion shop and armor shop. Cool. So this is just rename the shops. Oh, that's also an important fix. Fix grant most things, not setting max money. Is that the only change I made? Yep. And all shop data, weapon shop. Yep. Rename shops. It just didn't make sense that the weapon shop was called the blacksmith, since they don't actually make anything. Well, that any of the shops were called what they were. Same with the other shops. Plus, they're just string changes. We can always just rename them back. All right, next up is to move the potion shop and the armor shop. So this says I am a sign. Where are you, sign? Armor smith sign, here you are. Okay, so we just need to get the right transforms. Armor, negative 295, 263. Potion, 618, 137. Why did the ogre not hear the rogue approaching? Because all the skeletons were chattering. And then this sound plays. Unfortunately, I'm not going to click a YouTube link on stream, but I trust that it's a xylophone sounding thing. Those can be refactored online. Yeah, and I don't mind if the code doesn't reflect the current name of something. With the storeroom, we had to change it because it was confusing. Storeroom is now a generic term. But, excuse me, I don't think there'll ever be a blacksmith in the game. It's an 8-second clip of teeth chattering. I see. By the way, did anyone end up listening to that Halloween Discord sound? It's actually pretty impressive. This message. And as I mentioned, if you get a call on Discord here and there, you probably already heard it. But you might just answer too quickly and not hear the whole thing. But I really, really like that Discord does that. I think it's really cool. Halloween themed sounds. All right, so the alchemist sign is going to swap with this. So we need to change this to negative 295, 263. Done. And then we need to figure out where the other sign is because I can't read any of these anymore. Here it is. And 618, 137. Okay, so the signs are swapped. It's cute but already annoying. You must get a lot of calls then because I do not get that many calls on Discord. So it has not annoyed me. I forgot to listen to it. Well, I forgot to look at the taco pictures. How do you feel now? Now we're both let down. So I think we would have gotten this to work, except the problem is that we eventually have the game look at the alchemist shop and it's going to look at the wrong location now. So we got to fix that too. But if I hit... Nope, that's definitely broken. I saved that? What happened here? I did save it. This is now on the right side. I guess it doesn't know where to make the alchemist. Use Discord for things other than text chat. I have a game night with some friends on Wednesdays. And depending on who calls whom, I'm sometimes the one to hear the ringtone. All right, well, for whatever reason, it's creating the shop at the wrong spot. Create shop. Where is this done? Oh, I think the positions are hard-coded. Where are the positions? Shop data. Aha. Okay, so all shop data. We need to swap potion with armor. There. And then we might as well go find that camera thing. What is it? Look around. Yeah, pan to... What? The portal. Oh, it's when you choose look around that needs to do something? I'm confused. Oh, I see. It's when you build... Wait. No. What am I... Yeah, there it is. Close. All right, pan to 617, 137. That's probably similar to this. Yes, it is. Off by a pixel, but whatever. All right, the way we should do this is just pan to where the shop's going to get built. Yeah. Item category dot potion. All right, so let's stop hard coding this. Vector to look at, or like shop position. Hey, nice. I didn't even need to write it. I didn't test this correctly. I needed to change the debug thing here to just debug too. All right, now we run through the beginning of the game and everything should be good. It's going to feel weird. It's like when we moved the menu items and back to game was at the top instead of the bottom and I kept closing the game accidentally. I'm going to be scrolling the camera over there for the alchemist. Oh, I hadn't thought of this. When they're standing still, they look like they're sprinting in place now. That's a polish thing we should probably fix later. I don't think it's very important. polish when characters are standing still, e.g. the skeleton or adventurer at the beginning of the game. We should drastically lower their walk animation frame rate. I think there's a certain amount of like retro charm to seeing someone walk in place, but it's unnerving to see them sprint in place. So that's why I think we should change that. All right, so we look around. It should go to the left now. Yeah. Why isn't it centered here? What? Potion shop is at negative 320, 200. Negative 320 is over here. And 200 is, yeah, up here. What? What? That doesn't make any sense. I guess it's the upper left of the shop. Yeah, it must be that. We need the sign position then. Okay, fine. That's easy enough to change. We have this. Oh, no, we don't. Drat. Drat. Fine. Yeah, it should pan to the signpost. The idle animations were for battle, and they only face to the right. So that's a separate task. Sign tile chords. Maybe this is actually correct. What does this even mean? What does this mean? Tile coordinates in the mark. Oh, no, this is different. Yeah. All right, we don't have a way of figuring out where this sign is located unless we got... Do we have the town here? We have the town camera. Oh, we get it from the skeleton? What a weird way of doing things. Yeah, we could get the sign from town.signs.something. There's no way to get this because I don't save this off. But we're about to. Private town. All right, so save this here. And we technically don't need to save the town camera anymore. Yeah, because it's just town.camera. And I think we only used it in like 2 places anyway, right? Whoa, really? Come on. Really? Some of this stuff. So this is now signs.potion alchemist sign. Oh, we don't have a way of getting that. We need to be able to get the position of the alchemist sign. This isn't even the right thing. What am I looking at? There is alchemist sign. Sure. Let's do this. Public vector 2 alchemist sign position. Okay, so shop position is actually going to be this. And we're done. We don't need that. All right, so we got to go with the same process here. I'm going to do this quickly. There. Now when I click look around, it should go right to the sign. Perfect. Now we build that. And they should move potions over to here. And then the customers, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It'll take like 20 seconds to get there. We need to like cut a path through here, and even that would take too long. All right, there we go. I'm 3 years older. One of my favorite things about medieval games is having a bunch of jokes, Easter eggs, quest gag ads, etc. on notice boards. You can have quests there. Sign that says, "We'll trade my horse for anything other than a green potion, please." All right, I'll write it down. Maybe they can appear the moment the shop is built. I guess if the camera is set there, we could make them just be off screen, but even just off screen is probably still too much walking. Where'd my joke ideas thing go? Opening a path to the left seems sensible. Yeah, but like I said, okay. Let's try something here. Let's actually time this. Stopwatch. All right, I'm going to do this on the other screen so I can get the timing of this accurate. Did it open? Yeah, there it is. Okay, we're going to start timing from when the item is in the shop. All right. Are you ready? What's going on? No, there it is. Start. All right. How long does it take for them to cross the bridge? 7 or 8 seconds. So that means it's going to be another 7 or 8 to get to like here. Yep. And then if they were to walk right through, then it'd be another 4. Okay, that's maybe not too bad. Maybe if we just cut a path through here. But otherwise it took, I think, 24 to get there. That is too long. Yeah, I think we got to cut a path in there. I'll write that down in the end thing. Cut a path through here. There. Does that work? Nope. It expands everything. How do we do this? Like that, maybe? Yeah, that works. You're gonna ride by horse carriage? Well, someone's willing to trade their horse for anything other than a green potion, so still a bit too much, I think. Probably is a bit too much. Well, we could just move the entire left side of the map in by like 7 tiles. If we cut the bridge in half, they should take maybe 2 or 3 seconds less to make it over it. And then we put some F-Zero style speed boosters on the ground, like little arrows, and the customers just get like launched across. I don't know. All right, this all looks good. Yep, everything looks good. Okay, so swap positions of potion/armor shops. The potion shop is way too far from the customer spawn point. It still takes about 25 seconds for customers to spawn and buy the first potion. We could spawn the customers as soon as you get the shop. That could be done. Yeah. I like that idea. And I think we need to do that idea. So let's do that now. Let's mark all these things as done. Teleport stone. I don't want customers teleporting at first. I want it to be something you have to build. And the beginning of the game needs... Well, I don't know if I ever want customers teleporting. But if I do, I want it to be something you trigger by building it. So we still have a problem at the beginning of the game, which is you need to sell items, and there's just there's no fast way of doing that right now. Well, welcome in, Raccoon. All right, so what did I just say I wanted to do? I wanted to, oh yeah, spawn the customers as soon as you build the shop. So can create customers. Where does this get set to true? It's on acquired item. It should be on building a shop. Yeah. So we'll just put this here. Spawn customers as soon as possible because they're super slow at first. Okay, now let's time it. Actually, we don't need to time anything. It's still going to take 25 seconds. It'll just be 25 seconds for a different point. So let's see what it feels like. I spent the morning decided that they need to be slow. Yeah. They could be faster, but if I made them faster, they'd only be slightly faster. Because one of the things that we settled on in the morning is that there's going to be a town hall that you can build. And the town hall is the way of upgrading customers. So you'll get upgrades like improve customer speed by 10%. And it'll cost some amount of money, right? Or gain +1 customer in town. And it'll cost some amount. So these sorts of things, you'll eventually have fully unlocked the customer speed and get more customers and everything. And then it won't feel like you're waiting as long. It's just the very first time. And now I think it'll feel better. So in order to try it right, we need to do it this way. We could also make customers enter town when you start your battle, I guess. But yeah, let's see. So we click this, we build the guild, we pick our adventurer, we click start battle. This actually, none of this matters. We click win. So you build the shop, and now while someone is going to get the item, your customer's already spawned. So by the time they put it in from here, it's only like 12 seconds. Oh, man. I mean, it's obvious what's happening, right? Those are the things that just bought the item. It's better. It's probably still not great, but whatever. As long as once the customers are in town, maybe they hang out around here, which I've got to probably change because I don't think I did that here, did I? Yeah. Make it so that customers only wander around the alchemist shop at first. Or like when you unlock the next shop, they can wander between the shops. All right, and then, I mean, we just did this, but let's add a task saying allow customers to spawn as soon as you've built your shop. That way you don't have as much dead time while waiting for them to sloth their way over. And done. So we don't want that. We do want this. Spawn customers sooner. It's now when you build your first shop because they walk so slowly that this will decrease the dead time. Takes into consideration what's built in the town. Yeah. I think something like that could be done. I'll write that down if that's not already written. I'm not going to look into it now. Done. Okay, cool. So we didn't do a whole lot. Customers spawn sooner. We renamed stuff. We swapped the locations. Walking speed has changed. They spawn in a different spot. We got rid of the money code. We only have 2 max customers. Change the speed. Randomize the appearance. Yeah, I mean, this was like 2.5 hours of work. Just doesn't seem like a lot. Well, whatever. It was progress. I think on Monday, we're going to work on the town hall and the skill tree thing. Yeah, really, all of these things represent large tasks now. So I would expect this to take a couple of days. And the next mentoring session is on Wednesday. So we've got 1 hour less. I think it's fine. So yeah, pretty good amount of tasks, good amount of progress. I'm feeling good about things. I think coming up with all of this stuff is what really scared me, because I knew that things needed to be different, but I hadn't put a lot of thought into it, and I needed to spend the time formalizing it. Would you rather do the town hall first or the customer state machine? It doesn't really matter, I guess. I was gonna say the town hall is mostly separate from the state machine with what I plan on giving it at first, which is just plus movement speed and plus max customers. So they're kind of two separate things that just both need to be done. I don't think the order matters too much. And then the recycling druid is totally separate. That's actually something we should probably just do in a different task. Yeah, I should probably just write that it's a different task. And I guess you should only be able to unlock this after a boss or two. No, that doesn't make sense. Maybe after getting a certain amount of money. Maybe after an item disappears. Yeah, after an item disappears. I think that's when you should get it. Unlock this after an item disappears for the first time. Yeah. The recycling druid. I mean, we'll probably surface them in the game as just the druid. And then when you talk to them, they could say, I'm the recycling druid. But I'm not sure. All right, well, pretty good day. Pretty good. Put this off to Monday now. And yeah, find someone to raid. Let's see who's online. By the way, for those who have not wishlisted the game, do not forget to wishlist Mr. RD, Recycling Druid. I'm looking through my following list, but I'm not actually sure why, because I kind of want to raid someone new today. Yeah. All right, who's on in the category whom I have not rated and has not been online for a super long time? My goodness. I've rated everybody. Have I rated this person? No, they've been online for 3 hours. Okay. This person? I don't think I've rated them. Okay, no, I have not rated them because I'm not following them. All right, let's raid this person. Never seen him before. Don't exactly know what they're doing, but I like figuring out what everyone else is up to in the science tech category. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for being here. And I guess I'll leave you with Discord if you want. Gotta leave you with something. I hope you have a good weekend. I'll be back on Monday, and it'll be business as usual then. Take care. Have a good one.